body. Yep. You know me, prompted to go live, and here I am, here I am, here I am. Da, 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 da. All right, listen. Come on in. Yes. Signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. The signs are all around you. They're all around you. They're showing up everywhere. Signs are showing up everywhere. Synchronicities. But in different places. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. So listen, first of all, you had to step up in the strength. Whoever you are so strong. You are so strong. And there's getting ready to be action, like a lot of action taking place in your life, a lot of movement in terms of your creative ideas, because you've had some wonderful, you've been putting in the work. You've come into a space of balance after a significant heartbreak. And you've overcome that. And what I see is that you've actually taken that which was towards you to cause harm. You alchemized it. You made something good out of it. And it's a big deal. You're a big deal. You're a real big deal. Yeah. A real big deal. The Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. Full circle. But what I know for you is that it's beyond. It's not little. It's not like you're coming back to where you were at the mountaintop that you were at before in your life. This is different. And it even feels different to you, because where you were before, that mountaintop that you were at before, you're now at another level. You've gone off that mountaintop, gone through to the valley, and now you've come back up, and you had to go through a whole lot to get there. And now you're back up. And you're sitting like at the tip of the iceberg. So, of course, it doesn't always feel so good sometimes. Can you imagine sitting at the tip of standing at the tip of an iceberg, not holding on to any railings, just standing there like this? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how that feels? Well, that's what you are experiencing in your life. And I want you to really know that regardless of all the noise in the background and the things that, may creep up a little bit, and you will hear like a voice from the past that had you effed up thinking like, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know if I should do this, and it wasn't aligning with what everybody else says. You're being called to go beyond the norm, beyond the tradition, beyond what everybody said. This is not about anybody else. This is not about what anybody said. What they're doing, how they're doing it, because God has a different plan for you. God has something different for you. There's a different synergy with you. And sometimes you feel a little off because this is so unfamiliar. But baby, Ooh, ooh. This is your time, boo. You don't win. What they say? I've been through the storm. I've been through the storm too long. You did all that. You took the leap of faith by yourself. You took the leap of faith by yourself. Yeah, you did. And when you took that leap of faith, they thought you were crazy. Like, you gotta be crazy. What the hell are you doing? What you mean you just did that? What you mean? People didn't believe you. You had people that were coming at you, for you, in word and in action. But God. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Listen, I feel like a calmness, like a calmness. Like before a tornado. You know how when a tornado is getting ready to come, there's this eerie kind of calm, like quiet. I feel that. And I just got chills. And see, what we are not taught is the understanding that robust energy, the balance, the divine, that boom, like a tornado. You know, a tornado can go around, it goes around. I've seen in news where this one, I'll never forget, I read there was a couple that was in a van. They literally were caught up in the tornado and flown over into another city, landed straight up, while their city that they were in was gone to the ground. A divine occurrence. Like, that's what's getting ready to happen in your life. A supernatural occurrence. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Loving my hero one. Thank you for the compliment. Hello, Jasmine and Mitty in the house. Oh, you say you don't believe in the cards? Believe in the spirit of God, okay? Do you play Uno? What do you play? How do you play your cards? I know when you get done with playing Uno or something like that, you don't really get anything out of it, do you? But a competition. And then when it's done, you know, and you either won or you didn't. It's just like, that's like a lot of how the world is now. You just do what they say do. Do like the cows and go in the field and moo and just be there, chill out, just be there, right? And then when you get done, you go home and you take a shower and you do what you got to do. But did you get something out of it outside of whatever you needed to get out of it? But there was no growth and development. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue on. So listen, I'm so glad that you're here. And hello, Ricardo. See you in the house. Listen, I thank you all for being here. So listen, let me tell you something. What you went through to go to this mountaintop is very significant. Caught up in that tornado. Imagine being caught up in that tornado. Like in the blink of an eye, suddenly it happens, and you find yourself in a whole nother city. That's why I'm thinking about that tornado that took place and that family, that husband and wife that was caught up in that tornado and flown safely to another city and sat there fine for them to tell the testimony and had not a scratch on them. Then I'm reminded of a girlfriend of mine who crossed over. But she didn't cross over in this accident. She was driving down the street. And her car, she was in a convertible Benz. She had on a white suit. And her car flipped over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Everything was bad. Over and over and over and over. And she came back over on the side the side of the freeway that she was originally on. Called her husband and said, hey, I'm on 696. I need you to come get me. I was just in an accident. People walking up to the car screaming. What the heck is going on? Why aren't you dead? You should have been flown out of the car, because I'm telling you, she was in a convertible Benz. Everything was back. She got out unshaved. Let me tell you what's getting ready to happen, because you've gone from one mountaintop and you're on the journey to the next mountain. And yeah, it was kind of difficult for you to get off that last mountaintop, because you didn't, hey, look, you were good where you were. Where we going? You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask to go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? That type thing. You didn't realize that where you were was the catalyst for you to be catapulted to the next mountaintop. But the catapulting process was nothing like you imagine, because the catapulting process means that there has to be some type of restriction. You have to be pulled back. The resistance. You're pulled back in a it's like it's pulled back. You didn't think you could take anymore. There was like, I can't take anymore. This process is too painful. But yet you still stood. Yet you still stood your ground. Yet you still kept going. You let the tower fall. You let it fall. Let it fall, let it fall. That's what you did now. You let the tower fall. You went through what you had to go through, and you did the work on yourself. You didn't blame anybody else. You took responsibility and accountability for whatever it was that you needed to take accountability for. And you did it. You did it strong. You stood 10 toes down. You didn't allow for the naysayers' conversations and the actions of others to influence your momentum. Yeah, some days you didn't move that far. Some days it was like you felt like you were inching along. And some days it seemed like you had to take a whole lot of breaths, like a woman on the labor and delivery table, on the delivery table, having a child and having to, they say, breathe. You went there. You've been there. You've been there, baby. And you've kept going. And even it's this, I feel this moment of stillness. And you may be going through this moment of stillness. It's quiet, because you are getting ready to get lifted up out of a circumstance, lifted up out. And you've been in this journey for so long, it's like, I don't know. You know, but you don't, it's like, you don't even want to think about it. You don't even want to think about it. Like, I can't even think about it. But you are getting ready to be catapulted. So, welcome. I'm your soul's journey doc, Dr. Princess-Odilia. I love you. I choose to be guided wherever you lead me. I will follow wherever you lead me. I will follow. I choose to be guided. Ooh, yeah. So, today, I know God has a phenomenal word for us. Yes. I already see you are going from one mountaintop to another. You've been through the journey. You've been through the storm. You didn't know you were already at a high place, and you chose to walk away from everything. just to be obedient. It says obedience is better than sacrifice. I used to always wonder, how is that? Like, what do you mean obedience is better than sacrifice? Obedience is better than sacrifice. I didn't get it at first. Then I came to get it, because being guided is one thing, but then when you choose to you can sacrifice something and be doing it your own way. You can choose to make a sacrifice about this or that, but you're in the process of doing it your own way. So it's like obedience is better than sacrifice. Choosing to be guided is better than you just making a whole bunch of sacrifices that really has nothing to do with the process that you are being guided to, the process that you're being called on. You feel me? So obedience, yes, is better than sacrifice. It's better than sacrifice. I choose to be guided. Divinely guided. Right? Sometimes it may not feel good. Sometimes you may have a lot of questions. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion, but choose to go. Just go. Yeah, it's blind, it's scary, and it's an intangible process that, where do we define this? Well, yeah, you're going to need to be taking the spiritual pregnancy class where we break down every period in the process that I describe as spiritual pregnancy. Because there's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn about you. A lot to learn so that you can help your children through this process. They can't come up doing it the way that everybody else has been doing it. Everybody's not called to go to college. They're just not. It's all right. That's just the truth. That's just fact. And children are older and wiser because the souls are older and wiser. Souls have been here doing this bit for a minute. And it chose you, and it also chose your children. And it chose you because you were going to have your children, and the souls of your children have a totally, completely different journey, path than you. So making a child do it the way you did it, or making sure that they do it how you did it, is not going to work in the new era. It's just not. That's not what it is. There's more fulfillment to be had. They are literally the key to the future, and it's up to us to make sure that they are following the path of the guidance. Okay. What are we doing, Lord? What are we doing? What's the message? We're going to go first. We're going to expound. Oh, Spirit said we got a new message. Okay, so we're going to put this up. Even in this, I choose to be guided. I didn't go to school for this, right? But I've been playing cards since I was a little girl. Yeah, sure have. Listen, my life's true purpose is to help you reach your life's true purpose. That's what I'm here for. Yes, my life's true purpose is to help you reach your life's true purpose. And I am here to help you see spiritually and naturally. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Put that up. All right. Put these up too. Okay, so we're just shuffling. Okay, we're going to get the other cards. All right, Lord. Okay. So we're going to shuffle. We'll put that down right there. How y'all doing? How was your day? If you had to go to work, how was your day? The animals? Okay. That's what we're doing for right now. I'm going to use the animal. Yes. I was on a show earlier today, and on the show, this particular show, somebody made a comment about how I held my coffee cup. And they said, what are you doing holding your pinky up, right? Now, for me, it was no big deal because that's just what I do, and I didn't even think about it. But for them, it was a conversation piece. So as a result, I decided that I was going to look up what did that mean. What is the spiritual meaning of the left pinky finger? because honestly, I usually hold up this finger, I think. But today, I held my coffee cup actually with two hands, and I held this finger up. So one may say, well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Well, listen, I got my little guy here, right? The clues, the clues, the clues, the clues, the clues. Pay attention to the clues, okay? Why you thinking it's no big deal? It's all big deal. So listen, let me see. Do I still have it up? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. So the left pinky finger holds significant spiritual meaning across various cultures. It symbolizes trust, commitment, emotional communication, and intuitive insights. Okay? So it has meaning. We have a habit of really being very structured, and so like, oh, you got to do it how somebody else did it, or if somebody didn't say it that way, then it's not that way, and then we fail to look things up. Another thing that is very important that we have to be very careful of is calling ourselves instead of following the Holy Spirit, we're following ChatGPT. Okay? If divine is guiding you to do something, I talk about it in the second period of spiritual pregnancy, where the purpose of that period is to listen and follow instructions. And it's also one of the most, it's one of the hardest, coming right after the first period, which is, the point is to let go. Parallel to natural pregnancy, very significantly, and on a real note, okay? But what's interesting is that, let me get this card. Happiness fell on the floor. Happiness fell on the floor after Pathfinder, okay? So, listening and following instructions. It's in that period, one of the symptoms is having this strong desire. Hello, Cassim, welcome. Having a strong desire to validate what divine is telling you to do. The strong desire, like, okay, divine guides you to go teach, and you say, okay, let me go and call so-and-so. Let me see what they do. Or let me go look up on school, look up look up classes at a school, because let me see what I need to do in terms of classes, instead of where we are being guided in this era to pause for a minute, baby. Pause for a minute. Now that you know, it's one day at a time. God, what do you want me to do today? Allow for the divine to give you the process, your unique process. Just because everybody else went to school doesn't mean that you have to go to school. Divine can already have you. If once you follow, you'll find yourself in rooms and you wonder, how did you get there? And the next thing you know, you were on the forum on a stage somewhere. Trust me, I know. I did it. So many things. I didn't plan any of it. I ended up teaching as an ad hoc professor. I ended up becoming a celebrity journalist. I ended up being on TV and being the talk show host for the city of Detroit, and then ended up on Channel 20 and all of. I didn't plan that. I didn't apply for that. They came to me. God put me in a room, in a meeting, and someone wanted to hear my story, which I hadn't even told anybody my story. No one knew what I was going through, but he was compelled to ask that question. And then after he asked that question, we ended up talking. He asked to go to lunch. We went to lunch, and then I was on his show, and in the midst of his show, he said, you need to be the talk show host for the city of Detroit. What are you talking about? I didn't ask for that. I didn't know that I was going to interview the people that I was going to interview, I didn't know. I didn't know that I was going to have a company. I didn't care to. I thought I was going to retire from Ford Motor Company, and that was going to be it. Because I was there in the executive office at 19 years old. Who told me to go there? Divine told me to go there. They wondered, how in the hell did I get there? That's what they said. God even told me who to ask for. Told me who to ask for. That's how I ended up at Ford Motor Company. Let me tell you guys this story. Somebody need to hear this, okay? Listen, first of all, that is your true happiness. Your true happiness is going to come by you choosing to be guided. There is no other happiness. I'm just trying to tell you. It's scary. I know. I get that. I know. And I'm not making light of it because it is. It's like, what? Because this is not like something someone else has done. Not in your life, and even on a larger scale. So I remember being at church. I was 19 years old. I was getting ready to get kicked off campus because I couldn't afford to stay there. And I wanted to work for Ford because I wanted to work for Ford Motor Company because I heard they'll pay for your school. So I decided that I was going to go and work for Ford. That was my vision. That was my plan. I didn't call it vision then. It's just what I wanted to do. That was my plan. So I go to church during a revival. And it was Richard D. Hinn. Yeah, Richard D. Hinn was speaking during our convention. That's what it was. And he had us to write down on a sheet of paper 5 things. He said, write down 5 things that you want, and it's going to happen within the week. The things are going to start happening. So I said, okay. And I did that. I got my sheet of paper, and the first thing up there was I wanted a car, and I wanted to work for Ford. And I don't remember the other 3 things, but the way the first 2 things happened, I can just about guarantee you that everything else happened too. So I did it. And he said, once you get done, once everybody gets done, we're going to praise God for the fruition of this. We're going to get excited about it. And I want you guys to get excited about what's going to happen in your life. So we did that. We wrote it down, and then you know how they do it back in the old day, and maybe they do it still, where everybody's shouting around, getting all excited and all this. So I'm excited, and I'm positive anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm in high school. I tell people I didn't even apply for that, and they ranked me as the class friendliest and the class prettiest smile and chaplain. Okay. And somebody told me that, and I said, oh, they said, well, congratulations. And I said, for what? They said, oh, you won class friendliest and class prettiest smile. And I said, oh, wow, that's wonderful. I didn't even apply for it. It ended up being the story of my life. I'm always getting blessed with stuff I didn't apply for, right? I'm being given because I'm a giver. So I did what I was guided to do, and I wrote it down. I did my little shouting and all of this. And so that night I go home, and I'm home for the summer break, not knowing how I'm going to get back because I couldn't afford the financial aid wasn't going to pay for anything, and my mother didn't have money. So I didn't know how I was going to do it, right? But I sat there, and before I go to bed, the Spirit said to me, get up at 7 o'clock, and told me to ask for a particular person and get ready to go to an interview at Ford Motor Company, and I'm supposed to ask for a particular person. We'll call him C. Williams, okay? So I'm like, okay. Mind you, I was always kind of in my own world and in my own lane in many ways, actually. But so this was not different, but I was not consciously following the Spirit, although I had been always. So I said, okay, all right. Usually my grandmother woke me up. So I was still working. I was working a couple jobs over the break. So Spirit told me to wake up at 7 o'clock. So when the Spirit told me to wake up at 7 o'clock, I wake up, that morning comes, and I'm awakened. Not by my grandmother, but by the Spirit woke me up right at 7 o'clock. And I'm like, whoa, wow. So, okay, well, since you did that, can you wake me up at 7:15? Literally, okay? So, and that's exactly what happened. This thing is bugging me. That's exactly what happened. At 7:15 on the dot, I'm awakened. I couldn't believe it. I jumped out the bed. I'm talking jumped out the bed, getting dressed, I'm excited to get dressed and everything. So I jump out of the bed. I'm super excited. I come up for breakfast. My grandmother always prepared me breakfast in the morning. And so I come up for breakfast in the morning and I'm like, she's like, oh, where are you going? Because this was early, even for my little jobs that I had picked up over the summer. I said, God told me I've got an interview at 4. Now, mind you, I'm 19 years old. So mother said, okay. I said, all right. So mother, I ate my breakfast with my grandmother and I head on out. Oh, I got to backtrack, guys. I got to backtrack. Oh, I got to backtrack because that happened after I got my car. Because remember, I put on there that I wanted a car and I wanted, come on. That's all right. Let's go back real quick. So, because this is juicy. This is so juicy. Talking about following the divine in crazy ways, right? Don't worry about the next step. Don't worry about what's getting ready to happen because it's getting ready to go down for you. Like, that's just period. Okay? Just don't worry about it. Just go. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion. Just go. Trust me. Okay, so here goes. So that I heard before, because I got my car first, and everything happened fast. Spirit told me that must have been a Sunday or something, because the Spirit told me on Thursday to get on the SIMTA bus, which the SIMTA bus in Michigan would take you further out, like outside of the urban community into the suburb or whatever. So the SIMTA bus, to get on the SIMTA bus and don't get on the regular bus when I get off work. I was working at Butzelongas Klein Benzow at the law firm downtown in the First National Building. Everything ties together. So I heard that, right? So the week goes on and Thursday comes and I go to get on the regular bus and told me where to go. Told me that I was going to the GM dealership in Southgate, Michigan. So I'm like, okay. So I get on the bus. I went to get on the bus and I paused because I heard the Spirit say, didn't I say get on the SIMTA bus? So I got one foot on and the bus driver was agitated with me bad. She was like, are you getting on the bus or what? I'm like, oh, okay. And I got off the bus, ran over, got on the SIMTA bus, and I went where God told me to go. So I get there and I find this little beautiful car that I liked. I had never seen one like it. It was one of its kind. It was very unique. So I go there. I even remember the salesperson's name. And I go in and I'm excited because listen, when divine is telling you to do something and you know you're following, baby. Okay, so you're happy, you're excited, you're happy and excited. I just know that as the journey progresses, there are certain things that you will go through, honestly, that will cause you to question and be like, what you mean? I know I didn't get over here for all of this. I know you didn't tell me to come over here. I know that's wrong, right? And I can tell you some stories, baby, because I done done some crazy stuff following the divine, right? You get what I'm saying? But hey, listen, just go. Your spirit team, ancestors, spirit guides, angels, trust and believe. Okay, they have shown up in physical form and in spiritual. When I say physical, where I could see them, they done saved my life. Okay, one slapped me upside the head so bad, told me to go into the room, shut the door, as if it had a lock on it, and it did not. Okay, it did not have a lock on it. Okay, but when the person came to harm me, you would have thought it was a lock because they tried to do it and they couldn't get into the door. I'm just saying. So anyway, so I'm there and it's so beautiful because I'm there and at the dealership and I picked the car. I had $5 to my name. And part of that was I had $10 to my name and part of it was for me to get home. So he said, the man told me, went through the whole thing with the car situation, and he said I had one nick on my credit, and he said, well, you know, GM's not gonna finance you. I said, yeah, they will. He said, no, they won't. I said, yeah, they will. And I looked at him and I said, do you have faith? And he's like, what? I said, do you have faith? He said, okay. I said, they're gonna finance me. He said, yeah, but you're gonna need money down. I said, I'm not giving you anything. I told him, I'm not giving you any money down. Okay. He said, you're gonna need something. I said, I got $5. That's what I told him. You know, $5. Okay, you're gonna take $5 and we're gonna leave this subject alone, my nigga. Okay. So the $5, he said, he looked at me, shook his head. He said, I'm just telling you. I said, okay, whatever. So we did the paperwork. Next day, I get home. I give him my $5 for the application. And he calls me the next day and he says, okay, we can do something, but you're going to need $200 and something down. I said, I'm not giving you $200. He said, that's what you're going to need. So I remember I was working at the time, and I was no longer at Bussalonga's client. I was working for Nets Word Processing at the time. Sorry. Okay. Stuff is coming together. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, it's so many years ago. So anyway, I'm filling out, I'm waiting that day, and I didn't have it. I wasn't going to get paid for a couple weeks, and I had just gotten the job there. And so he called me. He said, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? He said, God did it. I said, what I tell you now, right? I got my brand new car for $5, right? Now, that night is the night when I came home with it, because I had a car, when the Spirit said to me to get up at 7 a.m. Spirit woke me up at 7 and then woke me up at 7:15. Now you guys catching up? Okay. Woke me up at 7:15 after my little nap. Okay, my little snooze. Okay. So I was super excited knowing what I'm doing. And the Spirit told me the person to ask for. And like I said, I'm just going to say C. Williams. Okay. So it told me who to ask for. So I get out in Michigan, and right where I lived, I was going in Dearborn. There are a whole lot of Ford buildings. Like, where are we going? Okay. So I'm on the road, and I go into three different places, Ford buildings, and confidently ask for the person that God told me to ask for. It's two, because the third one, I went to the right place. So it's two. And I said, God, where am I going? Which one do you want me to go to? So the Spirit told me to go to World Headquarters. I'm like, okay. So I went to World Headquarters, like I was guided. And I go there, but I didn't ask for the person at first, because I've already been let down. I was feeling kind of ridiculous because I had already asked the first two people. And of course, they didn't work there. So it was like, I'll just wait. So anyways, I went to go fill out my application, and it took me god awful. That was back then. It was longhand. So I filled out my application. I get done, and when I get done, I go over to the lady who wants to talk to me about my submission, and she said, do you have shorthand? And I said, no, I don't have shorthand. But I mean, you're talking to somebody who types 100 words a minute. Like, what are you talking about? So I said, no, I don't have shorthand. She said, oh, well, here in headquarters, you have to have shorthand in order for you to be an executive administrator. So I'm in my head, God and I are having this conversation, because I'm like, wait a minute, I know good and well now you woke me up. I did everything you said. You woke me up at 7, and then you let me take a nap, and I woke up at 7:15. I know good and well I didn't come. This is all going in my head while she sounded like Charlie Brown talking, because you don't even understand what I just went through. Like, this was all like, so then she says, but you know what? If you walk through that tunnel, there's a hallway that's going to take you to Ford Motor Credit Company. And Ford Motor Credit Company, you can apply there because you don't have to have shorthand. baby. I don't even know if she finished her sentence because I was like the cartoons doing cartwheels walking. I was out of there so fast. Think, think. We are gone. I left. When I get there and I ask, and she said the person's name that I had been asking the people for all morning. You're going to ask to speak to C. Williams. Did you hear what I said to you? It was done. It was a wrap. I go over there. He tells me, he's looking at me really perplexed. He says, we don't have any available jobs. I said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. He said, no, we don't. He said, the jobs that we have, people have been working here for years and waiting for this particular job. The only job we have is in the executive office. And those are for people who have major seniority. So we don't have any jobs. We don't have any jobs available. So I'm like, I can't believe this. I said, I want to apply for that. He said, he laughed at me actually. He's like, you can't apply for that. He said, how did you get in here? Who told you to come? How did you get in here? Because it's all high security. How did you get in here? Then I told him how I came about. And he looked, he said, no, we have people lined up for that particular job. Let me tell y'all, long and the short of it. Guess who got that job? Okay, guess who got that job after? Even though this was in '89, so they were sitting there. It was not long after they used to hide the in the interview processes where they couldn't see you, so that there would be no prejudice, right? And I went through some stuff up in there, but I was working right next to Edsel Ford, Edsel Ford in his office, right? He called me cute, that was cute. But I was right up there at 19 years old, working in the as a finance executive administrator for Ford Motor Credit Company headquarters, right? So I say all that to say, don't worry about what people are talking about. Don't worry about what people are saying and how they think it's not going to happen and this, that, and don't worry about that. Just go. Don't go trying to validate what people talk to people. F ChatGPT when it comes to God. God told you to do something, go do it. You understand? Go do it. Amen. That's what you have to do. You have to go as you are guided, because that is your true happiness. You wanting happiness, that is your true happiness. I don't care if even as it relates to your children. Oh, well, I can't do it because I got kids. No, that's not the energy that we are feeding into our next generation. They need to see you go through whatever it is that you got to go through. When I went through this last mountaintop, the last climb, you know what the Spirit said to me? The Spirit said to me, you will fall and rise before men. It's not about you, and your children must experience it too. If you're in a civil war, guess what happens in a civil war? It's a war, all right? It's a battle. What you going to do? Tell your kids if it's a civil war going on outside your door, you're going to tell them go outside and play like it's nothing going on out there? No. You're going to prepare them. You're going to prepare them for the battle. You're going to prepare them. Things will have to work differently because of what is now taking place. And that's the same thing as it relates to now we're going into an era of being true purpose driven versus the complete cycle of tradition. Do it this way, do it that way, according to what somebody said. You see how that work? How that work out for you? How that work out for everybody? People fighting now. We got wars. People, they don't even know why they fight. They don't even know why there's a war. We don't even know, right? Things are happening, but certain things are happening right now because anytime there is a transformation, the pot has to be stirred. Something has to be broken. It has to be broken. The tower has to fall so that it can come back up. It has to. That's the name of the game. That's what has to happen. in order for there to be change, in order for there to be anew. But we don't have to go to war. Vision it. Vision the change, and so shall it be. You see what I'm saying? Vision it. Vision will make it happen, right? And I don't care. Not everybody is called to be, you know, living in the big White House or whatever. Not in this time, because there's so much that we have not known about our truth that we've created a muck. Okay, so we are like the cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? We're like cleanup crew. Like the people were there for the cleaning up for humanity. Dr. Martin Luther King and even in, you know, we have got to clean up. Yeah, we've got to clean up. We got to save our souls, literally. And it's not through religion. It's not through an indoctrination. It is just not. And I'm just saying, it's just not. It's not, baby. It literally is not. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I think we're going to play fives. All right, so, and yeah, it's a game that the Spirit and I made up, okay? It's called fives. I got 5 on. I got 5 on. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you so much for my new subscribers. Thank you for those who have been here on my little climb. I'm really working to post more, you know, and really have been spending time with the divine. Like, what is the message for my collective? Like, okay, Lord, you've put me in this room. What we doing? All right? What we doing? So this is that for here. Okay. All right. Ooh. Let's see. We're building the case right now. That's what we're doing. And then we're gonna see how it comes about. Oh shoot. Yeah, we're gonna see how it unfolds, how the story unfolds. How are you guys? Hello. Okay. And say hello. Hello. Whoa. Reassess. It keeps coming out. Need to reassess. Take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer serves you. That no longer makes you happy. That keeps coming out. Again, this is the same message from yesterday. Wow. Stand your ground. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Do you need to laugh? You need to laugh. Release the past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. Didn't we talk about being a teacher earlier? Yeah. Your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, with grace. We talked about earlier how you've been through so much. And you did what you did with grace and with such grace and dignity. Spirit wants you to take action. Take action on your creative gifts. Take action and trust yourself. If you are being guided to move out the way, then you need to move on out the way, or move somebody out the way. You need to go ahead and move forward with that. Move forward with that. Hold on 1 minute. I had to check the music because if it's not royalty free, I'll get flagged. I'll get flagged if it's not royalty free, so I had to make sure that it was. Okay, y'all, let's see what we have. This is like, okay, so Spirit said let's do it alphabetical order, so I'm going to put this in alphabetical order. So you stayed happy. You were going through the most and still was happy. You chose joy. You chose joy. Right? You chose joy. Mm-hmm. Wow. You stepped into your power. So put all of this in alphabetical now. Hold on. We're building it. We're building our fortress. Okay. I like this. It's like a puzzle. That's what I feel like I'm doing. Look at that. And it's right, the perfect number. Wow. Well, this is not 5s today. This is actually 6. So the number 6 may be important to somebody. Already. I see this. Wow. Wow. So you've been working so hard. So the Spirit is wanting you to literally let go of this victim mindset. Let go of the victim mindset. Let go. The world is not against you, baby. And you know what energy's been coming to me just the last couple of days. It's like, don't worry about all of that stuff that's in the background, because at the end of the day, remember who you are. And it's far beyond, it's just you are, and this collective that I'm talking to, everybody, people are at different places in their life, in their journey. And where you are, you have stepped into your power. You have been made aware of so many spiritual gifts that you have that you had no idea of before. And so now that you have these, you are really, you have really stepped into your power and activated. Your spiritual gifts have been activated in this lifetime. It's like everything that you've done before is now activated right now in this lifetime. So you are you are a force to be reckoned with. That's period. That's period. And choose to know, trust your intuition, because you are very, 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 very powerful. So trust your intuition. Stop second guessing yourself. You've been through too much. You've come too far in the game, baby. Stop second guessing yourself. It is what it is. I know it seems difficult. And when you are so powerful like you are, when you're loving light like you are graceful, and you don't play. You got all of that. Listen, yes, you are going to step into a lot of rooms and there's going to be jealousy and different things like that. We understand that. Let's not be foolish to say that it won't be. Because a lot of people will be mirroring. You will cause for the light to shine. Your light is so bright that it will shine light on the ill that's in the room. And most importantly, to the people that you're shining it on. Not intentionally, though. You're just being yourself. But then you don't want to be too much to say, well, I don't want to be too much to say that, all of this and that and the third, and everybody is, because you see the darkness in the person. You just don't want to see it. You wish you didn't see it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You still need to but you got to take action. You took action. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. You took action. Wow. And you let go. You took the road less traveled. You let go. And with grace, you stayed grounded. You with grace, with such grace. Smiling along the way, choosing to be happy, choosing not to be down and dark, choosing to believe. How about this? Choosing to know what you know, regardless of what you were dealing with in the material world. Choosing. You're being asked to pause for a moment. Or you did pause. You did. You stepped back. You looked at everything. You considered everything. Look at that. You reassessed everything that you have been through. And you still continued in love. You released the past and you started your journey. You released it. You went ahead and released it. You let it go. You chose not to let it run you. You chose not to let it stay in your mind and cause for you to be dark, cause for you to readjust your character. You chose for that not to be. You say, not me. You stayed solid. You stayed grounded. You stayed grounded. Like the elephant. That's wise too. Wisdom. You stayed grounded. It says stand your ground. That's what you did. You stayed footed. You were meditating when you didn't even know what you were meditating about. You didn't know what meditation was. You were before God. You were like, what is it that you want? You were breathing when you didn't feel like you had a breath. You were taking breaths, trying to find some breath, because you couldn't even, man. But because you are the revealer of the truth, you have been given so much wisdom and so many downloads and so much. God has entrusted in you. You know how special you are? You are absolutely amazing. That's why it's coming out here. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. And stop thinking that people are against you. People aren't against you. Listen, how about this? It's the entities attached to them that got some issue. Okay? It's a spiritual battle, spiritual war going on in your life. Yes, for sure. That's for sure. And for you to be entrusted with such, how God has entrusted you with, oh, believe me, it's something to be reckoned with. You weren't supposed to make it. Some things you can't even tell anybody because they wouldn't even believe you. And even if they did, what they gonna do? They can't really do anything because it was a lot of throwing the rock and hiding the hands. You know what? And what difference does it make? Because you're focused on what the divine has you focused on. What? You're not worried about that. You're not even worried about if something is happening, because it is what it is. Because you're focused. And that's why, my baby, this is coming out here. Look at this. Boundless possibilities. Boundless possibilities. You're standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. I remember when someone said to me, they said, Two people from two different walks of life said to me, two males. One was a friend of mine. We were kind of kicking it a little bit. The other one was a business associate. And the friend that I was kicking it with said, I can't do you like I've done other people. God said he wants you to himself. Wants you to himself. What do you mean? So I was thinking, whatever. That's just some line somebody's saying, right? Just say that you, because I don't, that's fine, whatever. But then this other person, see, God has a way of getting your attention. The other person, I'm on the phone with him one day. We were actually having a business meeting, and I'm on the phone. We're handling business in this meeting. And in the middle of the conversation, he didn't even realize that he had stopped talking in the way that he was talking about the business and said the identical thing. Now, mind you, they don't know each other, two different walks of life. He says, I don't know who you are, but God wants you to himself. So I went back to my friend, like, what are you talking about? Wait, let me tell you what just happened. And I told him what happened. And he said, yes, because God said that you are basing the knowledge that you have of him off of your past experience. First of all, you're talking to the author of the armor of God. I know God, and I love everybody. I love everybody, and I'm not mean to people. I don't think people are just, everybody's, going to hell or whatever. I thought I was on the bright side here of this whole thing. And who are you talking about? I know God. And so in this, weeks later, I humbled myself. And I said, God, if I don't know you, show me you. The soul's whisper. The soul's whisper. If I don't know you, show me you. Your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you. Are we just talking about that? In the quiet moments, listen closely. It's guiding you toward your authentic path. You are the pathfinder. The wolf is out here. Yeah. Your soul is crying out to you. Your soul is so crying out to you like, Yeah. Your soul is crying out. Some of you, you're being asked to this next level. And you haven't taken that leap of faith just yet. Because you're questioning a lot of things because it just hasn't made sense to you. And then some of you wonder what the point. What is it? What is the point anyway? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it type energy. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Why do I need to go and do something else? For what? I'm just going to do this right here. And be done with it. When in fact, it's self-doubt. When in fact, it's you're not ready. You don't want to step out into the unknown. Look, I'm going to need to get... I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to need to get some teeth done and all kind of stuff. You go in wearing products, you come out wearing, I don't know. You got to start all over, but trust and believe God got you. God is going to take care of you, baby. I know. I've walked through the valley of the shadow of death. What is all this? Okay, let's get this. Okay. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. And I'm going to tell you something. When you are, that was two there. Oh, wow. Let me get this other one, guys. It flew out. Look, and guess what flew out? Guess what flew out? Miracles and abundance. And abundance, the first level of abundance is that's your peace of mind. It's something about when you are going how God has guided you. That peace is, it's remarkable, first of all. Even though you may be going through whatever you're going through, it's still remarkable. And if you just ease into it and let it flow, you'll find yourself in a very peaceful state. It's like being in a mother's womb, in that sack. You're like in the sack of the divine. It's like you're listening. Your soul came here to do this bit with you. It chose you. You're more connected to your soul than you are your family's bloodline. Your soul chose you because of what comes in your bloodline, first of all. It chose you specifically, like it flowed. It's a natural flow. It flowed to you. So when you're not listening and you're not doing, guess what it's doing? It's like really like, oh. And then when you're causing all kind of friction on the inside and inviting other energies into its space, now it's uncomfortable. Now you got the soul like, wow, you got them over here. Who invited you? You know, who invited you over here? You know what I'm saying? That's how your soul feel like, why are you inviting these people over here? This is not what we do. Remember, your soul is never lost. Never. You lose it. You disconnect with it. Your soul is never lost. Never has been, never won't be. It's just praying and hoping and praying that you're going to listen so it doesn't have to go and choose something else and do life another kind of way when it came here to fulfill this. You think the souls just want to just keep coming back doing the same thing over and over again? Going nowhere, like in the building, in a revolving door in the entryway of a building? How would that feel to you? It's like you never enter the building. You just keep going around. But you never go in. You never enter. You never go inside. You just keep doing this over and over and over again. Yeah. That doesn't look good. Not even for you, right? So we're going to keep that on the table. Okay. All right, y'all. What time is it? All right. I guess it's not too bad. How you guys doing? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you would like a meeting, an appointment, life coaching, mentoring. You would like to be put on our email list for our continuing ed courses that are getting ready to start in August. We're going to start our early registration in June. Okay? But prior to then, if you are looking for a consultation, I want you to email admin at Bountiful Group and admin at for continuing ed and for any type of speaking or anything like that. Email my office admin at BRoPublishing.com. Okay. The information is going to be in the description. Okay. I love you guys. I love you guys. I've been teaching for over 30 years. Well, I should say nearly 30 years. I know, right? I know. Can you believe it? Funny how time flies when we're having fun. When we're having fun. Da 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 da. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Ooh. And what? I didn't even know that was coming. But that was right on cue. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. Look at that. The Fool. Take that leap of faith, baby. Take that leap of faith. Take the leap of faith, baby. Take the leap of faith. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take the leap of faith. Something is coming in towards you. Some communication. Very fast. An opportunity, a creative opportunity. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, wow. And then you have this wonderful compassion and loving energy. King of Cups, yes. Has to do with family. Yeah, and it's happening really, really fast. Really fast. Before you know it, it's going to be there. Fire, fire, fire. Yep. Wow. So someone is coming with it's going to take a leap of faith. This is a family issue. Let's see what happens here. And it's going to be really quick. Really quick. Take those two right there. Wow. So that goes right along with the reveal of the truth. It's going to come and offer balance. Balance. I keep talking about a teacher. I keep talking about a teacher. Are you being guided to teach? Maybe you need to start doing you some classes. That is something I help people realize and understand what your true purpose is. Now, this is what I ask you to pray. God, whatever your desire is, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. Then I want you to just be still. Be still about it after you do that. Don't go, okay, what is it? What is it? No, just be still. In a couple days or so, you're going to get a peace that is going to come within you, like your peace, whatever you've been thinking about, because that's like a prayer of submission. So that peace is going to come, and you're not going to have to question it anymore. But then once you get that peace, it's not like, I need you to go to the grocery store, and you run to the grocery store and you don't have a list yet. That's not what we're doing, okay? So what you're going to do is slow down. And you're going to get counsel take one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time. When you get up in the morning, God, what am I to do today? Prior to that, I want you to write your vision down. What is it that you're feeling? What is the strongest desire inside of you? I want you to write that down. Bring that to surface. I keep talking about a teacher. So I help people understand. That's a gift of mine. I'm a seer, and I can see. I can see what your gifts are. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you how to go to God. How to really flow in this process. Okay? I'm going to put the link of Pregnant in the Spirit in the description too. I haven't been doing that. I've just been posting and really getting my feet back out there. So it's a lot that I have not been doing, actually purposefully. Oh, wow. Yep, there is definitely balance and love in the afternoon. And somebody's out here making a decision. They're making a decision. Wow, and the star. Wow, this is really beautiful. We already have miracles in abundance out here. Someone is coming to make you a beautiful offer. It's family. They want family. Yep. Someone who is emotionally balanced. Wow. And then we have the High Priestess too. So you already know you're highly intuitive. You're highly intuitive. You already know. Yeah. Yeah. And someone in the background is just keeping up ruckus, refuse to stop. I don't even want to give that thing life. Okay? We not even, because guess what? The cycle is over. Okay? It's over for them. It came out right after that. We're not gonna put him on the forefront, because no. You've let go. You didn't even get involved in all the drama. You're done. Everybody's walking away. It's over. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Cycle is over. First of all, God does not play about you, baby. So it's been awesome. You've gone through a lot in your journey. A whole lot in your journey. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles right here. Too. Ace of Pentacles. And you're getting ready to celebrate. You're celebrating? Yes, 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 yes. This is a family. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Hi. I love it. Yeah. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Wow, that came out. And don't be worried about what you think you're going to lose. You're not losing anything. When you're going into the light and doing and being guided how God is guiding you, that is the way. So you're not losing anything. Afraid of what's going to happen. That's what happens in the journey for those of you who are getting ready to take this leap of faith, okay? That is something that definitely does happen. Where you're concerned. Yeah. Worried about what's going to happen. Feelings of abandonment, withdrawals, because you've been through so much. You've been through so much, baby. I know. Knight of Swords came out here twice. See, you were dealing with betrayal. Defending your beliefs. So your move, whoever this is coming, like I said, they're coming towards you with a confession, a word, or something. Ten of Swords. Again, it is end of a cycle. Again. That's twice. But then we've got this betrayal. They're coming to let you know what happened. They thought they got away with it. That tower fell in their life. The tower has fallen. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. The tower is falling. They are coming to tell you the truth. Oh, happy day. Because there's a sun. The light has been shined. The light. They have been given the light. Okay? The Spirit has shown them the truth. You took the high road, and they're about to take the high road. They're about to take a leap of faith towards you. And if it's not in a love relationship, it's in a situation, an opportunity that maybe a decision had to be made, and they just kept going back and forth on whether they were going to make the decision or not. They were kind of confused. Like, am I going to make the decision or not? They don't have any more doubts anymore. The light has been shared. So there's getting ready to be a miracle that is getting ready to take place in your life. Look at that. And there are many options here. A wish come true. A wish come true. You have a wish come true. So regardless of anything, if people were fighting, if it's a work situation and they were fighting for your position, it's over. It's over. Your career, you put out an opportunity, you put out a proposal, you wanted to find out if the proposal was going to happen, you were concerned if it was going to happen. Let me tell you something. No matter what anybody put out there towards you to try to impede your progress, it is all destroyed. It is destroyed in the ethers and across all timelines, dimensions, and sleeping and waking life. There is absolutely nothing that can come between what God has for you. You understand that? We have miracles. You get out of your mind. You get out of your mind, out of the victim mindset. Understand that, no, that is not an option for you. You got things to do. You are the revealer of the truth. Yep. I want you guys, if you schedule your appointment, True Purpose Life Coaching. If you want one appointment for, just so that you can understand, get guided onto the path. Okay? How do you create a business being true purpose driven? I'm going to tell you, in your business endeavors, it may not be the same. It's not going to be the same like how they did. I created a multi-million-dollar business and I didn't do a business plan to do it. I did a plan, but it wasn't the traditional business plan. Literally. Yep, so you need to prepare. You need to prepare. Because you're getting ready to be put in a leadership role. So you need to prepare. This is somebody coming back from somebody from your past. Someone from your past. Yep. After you done worked the fruits of your labor. The fruits of your labor. Okay, Holy Spirit, what are we doing? What are we doing, Holy Spirit? Hold on. Yeah. I just like to relax in the ambiance, right? Let's see what's happening, what's in the energy. Energy is everything, every solitary thing. One of the biggest myths that we have been taught was not to pay attention to that. Not to pay attention to the energy. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Not to pay attention when it's everything. You are powerful. You are mighty. God poured itself in you. One of the classes that we're going to be with the soul, goal of the soul. And so we can discover together, and I can help you come to discover who are you. Because a lot of what people are dealing with, they say, like, why in the world am I doing this or that, like over and over and over and over again? And you don't understand that it's because a lot of it could be not necessarily just your DNA, but as a result of your soul, the DNA, the genealogy of your soul. Yeah. So I want to help you to discover your soul's genealogy. It is important. It's very important. Very, very, very. Oh, shoot. I didn't charge that part. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Y'all getting dark up there. Let's see. I got something on now. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so your soul's genealogy is so important. Very much so. Can you imagine being in a relationship and they don't see you? That's how the soul is. The soul chose you and you don't even see it. Like, it's the point of it all. You don't even get it. Literally. But you are too. But you are your soul, right? To an extent, you know? I love you guys so much. Yeah, so we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty. And you guys will get a discount on the book too, Convos with God, Make It Make Sense Days, and on Go of the Soul. So, okay. This person got that. Oh, see if I want to do divine flow. All right, y'all. We're going to do something just very quickly. Listen, I love you guys so much. And thank you for being here. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. What did I say I was doing? Divine flow. Okay. I love you guys. Yeah. I love you so much. And I hope this message inspires someone. Take the leap of faith, however you're being guided to take it. Okay? Look at that. Oh, shoot. Well, divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. So we've got love. You need to take the right action towards it. Yes, yes. What do we have here? Oh. Yeah. When I was a little girl, I used to my mother used to have this little bread basket of scriptures. And oh man, my highlight of the day would be to go in there and grab a scripture. I wanted to grab a scripture every day. And I'm just going to invite all of you, when you're listening to these, to just be sure that whatever you're choosing to engage, to feed your spirit, make sure that you're being guided to it. God, what if you're going, even as it relates to, even if you're listening to a ministry or whatever, this is a ministry, in fact. Whatever you're listening to, God, what do you want me to listen to? So that you're not just getting involved with anything and everything and thinking it's yours because you just scrolling. God, what do you want me, what message is for me today? Right? We need a word from you. Wow, I didn't expect all of this to come out, but okay. Whoa. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. What do you say? I don't know, but I'm trying to get out of here. Okay. Let's see what we're about to do. All right. I'm being guided. Okay. This is interesting. I see you taking a sacrifice, baby. You literally laid down your life. Thought I had done this already. But maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Yep. Yesterday, a message that came out was let go and have faith. Let go and have faith. sometimes it's hard, you know, especially when you can't see. It's one thing you know, following intuition is not just easy. It's not just easy like that. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Okay, so the spirit had me sticking around here. Oh, wow. Someone is going through great grief. Oh, boy. So, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just... Maybe you're going through a tower, a necessary tower that you're going through so that you can go to this next level, and it's not easy. Oh, baby. It's not easy. So, all of these fail. I wasn't going to take all of them, but when God tells me to take it, I just take it all, you know, and let it. That's what you got to do, kind of fall into it. Let the chips fall where they may. And that's what I choose to do, however I'm guided, okay? Wow. All right, I'm going to take a picture of this because this is something. Okay. So, I see here. Oh, wow. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. See, this is what your soul is asking. That's what you're asking. You're at this place in your life, like you're at this place, like you're just done with it. You're done. You're done with all of the challenges and everything, and I am encouraging you to let it go. Just let the tower fall. Do what God has been guiding you to do. I know it's hard. I know it doesn't seem like it makes sense. The ways of the spirit seem foolish to man. Remember? So let it go. I know, and you're dealing with stuff. It's just the inner child inside of you. Let me attend to his deepest needs. You know, Spirit said to me when I was going through change, Spirit said to me, in order to heal, you're going to have to go deeper into the pain. And I was thinking, I can't take anymore. You want me to go deeper into the pain? What in the hell does that mean? Yeah, so you got to let go of everything. The way you thought that it was supposed to be. An old belief system, family, friends, faith. Yeah. You got to let it go. And it hurts you to see that everything that you thought that you knew about a certain situation is completely different. It's not exactly what you thought. That's the part that's very hurtful for you. It's like, I thought it was different. And you're on the money. And you're being asked to you got to let it go. You got to let it go so that you can heal your inner child. You have to follow your intuition and let your authentic self rise to the occasion. What is it that you really want? And I know I've already taken that leap of faith. You want what your soul is strongly desiring, but you think that desire doesn't make sense in your current scenario. And you're being guided to move away, but you're allowing for traditional way of thinking and being to keep you right there. That traditional way of thinking. This is what you gotta do. Like you're obligated to do this. No, you're not. What you're obligated to do and what you'll find is that everything will fall into place once you step into your authentic self. So what you're saying, you're thinking that you have to do it this way Your family, maybe it's your family tradition, your church tradition, whoever's tradition. It doesn't matter. What is your soul longing for? That's your protection. That's your peace for you and your family, for your children, wherever. Everybody that everybody got with is not necessarily there. Sometimes people, and you know, listen. Yeah, the Spirit said, oh, you guys, y'all are saved. Because I was about to go somewhere, but that's another subject for another day. I want you to affirm this. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. I like that. I like that. I do. Take a picture of it. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Let everything that wants to go, go. Don't try to hold on to it. If it's trying to go, he, she, they, don't want to leave anybody out, trying to go, let it go. This is the time that you are stepping into a higher call. Don't try to hold on to what's trying to break away from you. Don't be dragging on at the feet, on out the door. Let it go. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bounds. Let go of the resentment. You went through what you went through. They did what they did. That's fine. And guess what? It was done for a reason. There's a necessary break. There's broken for a purpose. You're broken for a purpose. And trust the process, my baby. Trust the process. Yes, it's going to be a sacrifice. You're going to make a sacrifice. This is going to be a sacrifice. This is definitely going to be a sacrifice in your life. But that's what you do, right? When you are following God, isn't that what you do? You know what Jesus did? Jesus sacrificed his life. And just because Jesus sacrificed his life, that was Jesus' life. Jesus was showing you how to do it, not that you don't have to. Okay? Go ahead. You good. And I know it's not easy. But you're going to find out that there's going to be such a weight that is lifted off of you the minute you make that move. The minute you make that decision. Your children are going to be fine. Everybody's going to be fine. And at the end of the day, there's going to be respect. And if they don't have it, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to like what you're doing. Of course not. It's just, no. Of course not. Because you're doing something that is not common. So no. Everybody's not going to like you. But what are you doing it for? Are you doing it so that everybody can like you? Get away from that. Who cares what anybody thinks? God, I choose you. Period. God, I choose you. I choose whatever way you choose for me. God, I choose you. Regardless of what anybody thinks about your choices. I choose to be guided. I'll have all the information in the description. I love to help you with your life's true purpose and your journey getting there. Listen, I've been through a whole lot. Homelessness, betrayal. I even had to look at myself in the mirror. Did I do that? For real. I had to come into the balance. all love. I found out being all loving is not balanced. And God had to take me through that course. Like, look, baby, I need you to go through something because I'm going to need you to like balance this out. You are so wonderful. You're so beautiful. God loves you. I love you. I love you. Mwah. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Transformation, it is so.